Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for coming to our channel. We really appreciate it. So we are hot and heavy on our aluminum frame build. This product called Outdoor, which is an aluminum framing system out of Australia. Here we are, we have the deck framed, and we are currently adding support blocking, something I like to call V-bracing, because the deck right now is kind of tall. We put it on some 3-inch steel columns, which is what the client asked us for to kind of give it that mid-century modern look that the house has. The deck kind of sways a little bit right now. Now, we don't have any decking installed. We don't have anything else installed, but usually I can tell when we're into a project after it's framed if I want to add some V-bracing. What V-bracing does is it steadies and sturdies up the deck. Now, on this particular deck, we're gonna subset it or flush it to the bottom of the joists so that we can put a soffitting underneath this deck. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're running some blocking underneath the deck so that it runs at a 45-degree angle and kind of locks the deck in and keeps it from swaying back and forth. We just figured out how we're gonna do that, and I'm mounting some parts to some 2x4 outdoor aluminum, and then Thomas is going to install them on a 45-degree angle. We just got everything marked out, and that's the majority of our day is going to be this V-bracing, and then we're also going to add some mid-span blocking in the middle of the deck as well to keep it from trying to roll on us, and just keeps all the joists nice and tight, kind of tightens up the deck as well. So today is all about that. Let's do a rundown on what we did so far. All right, so I think the last time you guys were here, we were driving helical piles and we had the ledgers on the house. Since then, we've added a 9-foot extension from the base of the helical to a bottom of a bracket that holds the beams in place, okay? So we set a laser to all these, cut these all to height, and installed those, bolted them at the bottom for uplift. And then we put on these brackets that hold the beam, and we attach those with some set screws that the manufacturer supplies for us. And then once the beams were set, we got all the layouts done across the house. Now this is a really wide deck, so that took some time. And then we were able to set all of our joists in place and lock them in with the brackets that are supplied from Outdoor and all the fasteners. So you can kind of see that we have the fasteners installed from both sides. There's quite a few screws that you have to install when you're putting this type of system in. It's a little bit more work as far as installing it, but once you get used to it, it goes very fast. The screws screw in pretty quickly. They're self-tapping, you don't have to pre-drill them, that kind of thing. We did have to pre-drill the beam though. On this side, we put Fasten Master headlocks into the beam, and we filled every hole. So there's 16 fasteners going into the beam for each joist, into the wood, and then there's 16 fasteners going into the aluminum joist, which also those angle brackets lock into the joist. So it's a very robust system. Then we had to add some surface border blocking, which on this particular job, we're using a 6x6 pressure treated. This deck's being waterproofed. So some of you are saying, well, it's an aluminum system, why didn't you use aluminum? Well, we have to be able to fasten a face fastener down. We're doing a cable rail system for the railing. So a lot of this had to be wood or an alternate material, which Outdoor is going to supply us with in the future. But because this product is limited in the United States right now, we don't have the ability to add the synthetic 6x6s that they supplied us with on the last job. There just simply wasn't enough. So we're just gonna go ahead and use 6x6 treated. It's getting covered, it's getting waterproofed, and it's getting soffited, so you're never gonna see them. And it'll be a fine match with the aluminum product as well. So I don't have any problems with that. It will be good for anchoring all of our fasteners into as well. Besides that, we have wooden beams. Now, the reason for the wooden beams, they're engineered beams. They're called glue lambs for those that don't know. And the reason we use those is because they can carry a further span in between posts than a standard beam can, which if we tried to use an aluminum beam, the capacity of aluminum beams will not span that far, okay? So to make this deck work, we had to go with an engineered beam that'll take a 14-foot span and do a 2-foot cantilever on each side. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And like I said before, if I take this deck, this is probably not a good spot. Let's go over here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so the deck is fully framed, right? All the blocking's in. We have a couple more to add, but we're pretty much there. So if I take this and I shake it, I can feel a little bit of motion in the deck. So I don't want to feel that once I'm up top and I'm walking around. And if we don't put that blocking in now, we just go ahead and lay the deck is going, because we're gonna face screw this deck and Cortex it because we're doing a waterproof bladder system. So there's some other items that we're adding to this frame that will help sturdy it up. But just to be on the up and up, I'm doing my due diligence here to make sure that we have as solid a deck as possible. I don't want any sway. This is a really wide deck. I don't want any sway in it at all. That's what the V-bracing is all about. So let's get going on that. Okay, so we have almost our first set of V-bracing in. I shook the other side and I had a little bit of wobble. So I thought now that this side's in, I try to shake this a little bit and see if I have any wobble in this. I feel just a little slight amount, but it's less than half of what it was. So we're gonna run another V-brace going this way on this side of the deck as well. So I think once we have that, then that'll pretty much eliminate most of the sway. Once all of our decking is installed, that will totally eliminate the rest of this moving back and forth. So definitely worth taking the time to do this. 18. 18. Yep. Oh! I was talking Australian. I was like 18. Thank you. And 18. Yeah, all of them are 18. Can you hold me on this white line right here? Yep, 18. I will go 18 on that one. 17 and 7/8, 17 and 3/4, 18. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you learned a little bit more about outdoor aluminum framing systems or aluminum or alternate framing in general, don't forget to click that subscribe button, as it's something that we're adopting over quite often into our new builds. So stick around, watch some of our older videos, and don't forget to watch our shorts and like those and share them around, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. And thank you very much for coming to our channel. All right, guys, have a great day.